Tashonda Carey was one of the finalists for her book, A Grandmother's Love. And we welcome her to Black Authors Matter TV.
Hi.
How are you
I'm
doing?
so excited to be here on tonight.
Okay, well, we're excited to have you and congratulations on being a finalist.
Thank
And
you.
do you have a copy of your book handy?
I do actually.
Okay. It's called A Grandmother's Love. And as you all can see, the imagery is on point. It's really beautiful.
Yes, it's a beautiful
And
book.
um, when we were judging the books, your book stood out.
Wow.
Some books stand out, and some books stand out for the wrong reason.
Right.
Yours stood out for the right reason. So, um,
Absolutely.
yeah, beautifully done. And now, this your first book?
Uh uh this was the first book that I did, but I do have another book that I actually entered as well, but um I they both were done in April. This one was done in April 2025. And then my other book, My Hair is Beautiful Just Like Me, uh, released April of this year.
Okay. All right. Well, congratulations again. So, when you saw that you were a finalist, um, what was your immediate re reaction or response?
My immediate reaction was I just started screaming. And my daughter came in my room and she's like, "What's going on?" I was like, "I'm a finalist. I'm a finalist." And it was just very exciting for me because this is my first time actually being, writing a book, and being entering it, just not even thinking about, what the qualification, because I was on the live the other night and I was, watching the live and was just hearing everything that you all were looking for. And I was like, oh God, I never thought, you know, the things that you all look for when you put in your book in a competition, what all is being looked at. And so I was listening to everything, writing down notes and everything, and when I heard my name, I was so in shock. I was like, "Oh my God!" But yeah, I was so excited to hear that I'm one of the finalists.
Well, we did it differently this year, and we're going to continue to do it this way in the future. In the past, we announced the finalists, and then we had our discussion after that. But this year, we decided to switch it because uh, one, we thought the discussion was important, and a lot of people, once they hear the finalists, they'll sign off because
Mm,
they're there to hear the finalists' names.
mm,
So we kind of force people to listen to the discussion, um, and AI has really affected the quality of books being put out by self-published people.
mhm,
And people need to be cautious because Amazon is really cracking down on the AI,
mhm.
the whole using AI in books. And when you upload your book now, did you do your books through KDP or did you
I
use another
I
publisher?
did do mine through KDP. I mean, but I actually got an illustrator to help me off of Fiverr. I think that's how.
Fiverr. Okay. Yeah, I've used Fiverr for
Yeah,
illustrating. Mhm.
and I didn't realize until later that, when I was watching some of the YouTube videos, that a lot of people was using, AI, ChatGPT and all that. I was like, how are they doing that? And then they would show the process, and I was like, oh, okay. But I liked it the way I did mine's because I was able to, let the person know what I was actually looking for. And they helped me to kind of, because I wanted to use the book is actually about my grandmother. That's my grandmother, and I'm the girl. And so I
Okay.
wanted to use a picture of my grandmother and I wanted it to be as similar as possible to her facial,
Mhm.
liking.
Okay.
So, and also as me when I was a little girl. So they helped me, get all that, and I really liked how the process turned out. So, and
Well,
when I was listening to you all, tell how what you all was looking for, I was like, okay, good. I'm not, I'm in the clear. I didn't use
Yes, you did a really good job with your illustrator.
Thank you
you,
so
you
much.
did.
Thank you so
And that made it stand out because there were so many covers that were obviously AI. And what a lot of people don't realize, yeah, AI, ChatGPT, or whatever, Gemini, whatever you use, can spit something out, but it tends to look like everything else.
right.
It's
Mhm.
not original.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact that you use your grandmother's picture and your own to get the illustrator to capture the way you all look, that's what made it unique and special. And it stood out right away, because there were just so many that were obviously AI created. And your story was a simple story.
Mhm.
Yes, I wanted to go with simple only because I know little kids, they go through different situations and they don't really know how to express their grief, you know, of a loved one. So I wanted to make it simple to where, you know, uh, if they're learning how to read or if someone is reading it to them, then they can look at what the pictures are saying and still relate to what's being said as they're looking at the pictures. So
Hmm. And you did an excellent job of that. I can't remember who, because I rewatched the discussion about the books, um, from last week's show. I
Mhm.
don't watch every show like from beginning to end. I might rewatch one interview, but I watched that segment because I wanted to hear how we sounded to other people.
Mhm.
Because for some it may come across as harsh, but believe you me,
I
um,
liked it actually because it helped me.
okay,
I was writing notes.
okay,
I was like,
Good.
okay, yeah. And it helps because I feel like if you're wanting to succeed as an author and you have people that's been in the business, see, I'm new to this, so I'm still
mhm,
learning. So whatever information that I can get from anybody that's been in the business longer than me, I'm writing notes.
And that
So
was our intent.
I took a lot of information in last week, and I count those as gems.
Good. Well, thank you. That was our intention. It's never our intention to be harsh, not in a derogatory way or put people down, but we were hoping to be helpful. So thank you for that.
Yes, very
yeah,
helpful.
and so was it last year or the year before, one person who didn't make this finalist list, and she listened to the discussion. She took what we were saying personally and said we were calling people out. We didn't call any names. We never would do that. Nobody
No.
knows who we're talking about when we say the
Mm-hmm.
copyright page is on the wrong side. We
Mm-hmm.
don't name the person. It's the
Mm.
situation, and none of it's personal.
Right.
Is based on evaluate, and we take evaluating the books very seriously
Mm-hmm.
because, for one, our name, we're basically sanctioning these books. We're putting our mark of seal of approval
Mm-hmm.
on the books, and it makes us look bad if we're putting a seal on a book that's just not up to par. So,
Exactly.
our reputation is, at stake as well. No, we don't want to be known as, well, they just give
They
anybody
just give anybody. Right. Right.
and any person directly connected to the festival is cannot enter it. So there's no um nepotism or any of that involved.
Right.
Uh, so we want to make it totally fair and objective, and you did a great job.
Thank
So
you.
as this being your first book, how long did it take you from concept to actually having the book in your hand?
It actually, well, because I have been thinking about doing it for a while. My grandmother actually passed in 2015, but she encouraged me so much to just pursue my dreams. Now, I've always wanted to be my own boss. So, and last year, January of last year, I uh, retired from my job of 17 years, and I just started doing. Uh, my business full time, which I do balloon decor and custom items. And so when I remember I had told my grandmother, I was like, Mama, I want to write a book. And she was like, I know you can do that. You can do that, So at that time, I was just saying it, but I wanted to, but I didn't know really what to do and how to do it. And so when I saw all of the, people, just coming out with books and they, say go to KDP and all of this kind, I was like, well, I'm gonna look into that because that's something that I really want to do. And so right after that, probably like February of my after I had talked to my grandmother, it was in February, and I was like, I'm just gonna start writing down some things that I would like to do for books. And one of them was that of, you know, trying to express to how little kids can express their emotions through grief, just by reading, and just trying to take a handle on it. So I took down some notes, and then after that, probably took me about, I would say, maybe a year to just go through the process. And then April of last year is when I released this book. So,
Well, it's good to hear that you took some time, that you didn't just rush something up.
yeah,
And
yeah,
that shows. And also the theme of your book is different. Rhonda, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I can't recall every book we've looked at, but we really
Mhm.
haven't had many books like this about a grandmother and
No,
granddaughter.
no, we have not had a whole lot of these at all.
No, so that also made it unique. But the fact that you took your time to get it done properly
yes,
show, and that's what I would like other people, because a lot of the books that were submitted, it was clear that they were rushed.
mm-hmm.
They were rushed job. They weren't edited. It wasn't thought through. They didn't have any beta readers or anybody else reading it to see, well, does this make sense? Is this interesting?
Mhm.
Or do you think a child would like it? Or is it even a book that a child would even want to read? Is it even
Right.
targeting children?
Exactly, exactly. Well, and that you say you kept the idea simple too, though, for a book at this age level. That's exactly what you want to do. Keep it simple
Yes,
so
yes,
that kids don't get confused and so that they
right,
feel entertained. So,
yes.
yeah, good on you. You did a great job.
Thank you so much. Thank
Mhm.
you.
Now, what motivated you to submit your book for the competition?
Well, I for some reason a lot of when I was posting about my book on my social media platforms, for some reason the algorithm was putting different uh enter your book into this, enter your book into that, and so I was like, I don't know if I'm ready for that. And then so my daughter was like, yeah, go ahead, So I was like, but then when I saw this platform, because all the other ones, it was, pretty much all over the place. But when I saw your platform, this platform, I was like, wow, Black authors. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and try it. And then when I saw that you all were having a festival, I was like, oh yeah, I'm definitely going. So I went ahead and took care of everything, and then I was like, yeah, And so that's when I was like, well, I think I'm gonna go ahead and enter my book into this, So that's what motivated me. I wanted to do it, but when I saw the different, different platforms, I mean the different ones that were, coming on my feed or whatever, uh I would think that they would be, you know how they say, oh, enter your book into this, they get your money and you never hear back from them again. And so
A
that's
lot
what
of
really
scammers
kind of
out there.
made me leery of like entering. So I was like, nah, you know, I'm not going to do it. But then when I came across you all and I was like, let me, let me go and just kind of do some research. And I looked I scrolled all the way down and read all the posts, looked at all the posts, and was seeing all the authors. And I was like, okay, yeah, yeah. And then when I saw that you guys were having a festival, I was like, okay, yeah, yeah, this the one, this the one.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's a lot of scammers out there. AI has made it easier for people to scam and appear to
Yes.
be legit. I get once a week. Rhonda, do you get? I get once a week more or less. I'm averaging somebody saying that they saw my book and they want to basically make
Oh
me famous.
yeah.
You know,
Oh yeah.
I get those once a week, and that's
Yeah.
email. That's a direct email. It's not an
Yep.
algorithm. It's well, they
Mm.
might use an algorithm to find me. I don't know, but I get them every week. I delete them because they're not legit. And then people want to. I get calls even. Rhonda, do
Oh
you get
wow.
calls?
No, I don't get calls, but I get
Oh, I
tons of
get
emails.
calls too. I get calls from people saying we saw the book I get the most calls about is my book about debt-free college, my scholarship book.
Oh,
And
okay.
at least once a year, I get a call from an Asian person. And
Mm.
I'm not prejudiced, but I know they're not for my benefit.
Right.
It's not, I'm just saying the person calling is not
Right, the person
really
Really,
calling.
right.
for my
Mhm.
benefit.
Benefit, right.
It's a scam. So, they saw my book, it was great, and they wanna sell 1 billion copies or whatever. I already sell a lot of copies myself. And no, I'm not selling my rights. I'm not signing nothing. I'm not giving you nothing. If you do it on
Exactly.
your own, I'm gonna sue you or whatever. So no, I don't want, I decided to be self-published because I don't want somebody having the rights to my books.
Right.
Right.
And I've said this publicly. If you hear that I signed a book deal and I signed away my rights, even though it's only for 7 years, but in any event, that means I got a really nice check.
Mm.
So you all could clap for me. They have, because other than that, up front, in advance, not on the back end. No.
Right,
Right,
right.
right.
So I think people who do traditionally publish, I think it's great because some people are really good at it and they have a lot of support. And if I was gonna be an author, like that was my thing I wanted to do full time, then I might pursue that. But being an author is more of an addition to some of my other amazing strengths. So
Mm.
anyway, but it's good to hear how people find out about our process, the impression that you got, and that you went the extra mile. Because what we do is we run an ad, we do a sponsored ad about the process, about the award submission, and we run it for 6 months. So all of the comments and shares, they accumulate. So a person can look at the conversation and see it's legit and see that somebody's responding with answers to
Right.
questions.
Right.
And you can go to our website and see the people who won last year.
Yeah,
So their pictures.
exactly.
Yeah. So we enjoy doing it very much. And a lot of our submissions are by people who self-publish. A lot of the people who submit. We do get traditional published books too, but it's one of the few places where Black authors who are self-published and do quality work can get recognition. Because a lot of the other children's book processes, you have to be traditionally published. You can't even enter as a self-published author.
Mhm.
So are you planning to continue on this path? Are you going to put out some more books?
I'm actually working on another book dealing with children in divorced families. Um, having
Okay.
to it's called Our Family Looks Different. So that's what I'm working on now. Still got a little bit to go. Me and the illustrator, we just trying to get the right, you know. So, but yeah, that's what I'm working on now.
Okay. Well, if I had to give some advice, uh, even though you didn't ask me for any, but
Oh, I'm game for
I'm gonna
any
give it to
advice.
you anyway.
Any advice.
Don't make it too heavy.
Okay.
Divorce is can be heavy for kids,
Yes, it can be.
but a kid doesn't want to read heavy too. They already have experienced heavy. They don't need to read heavy, So make it real, but not too
Not
heavy,
too heavy.
so that
Okay.
it'll make a child like depressed.
Right.
So some of the books that were submitted were so heavy. I'm like, why would you write this for? Well, we all said, why would you write this for a kid? A kid, yeah, real, life is life and stuff
Hmm.
is realistic or whatever. But kids are kids and they don't need heavy.
Right.
Even if they're like, especially if they're living heavy. And by that, I mean they're living a life where stuff is heavy.
Heavy.
Why would they
Hmm.
want to read that too on
Hmm.
top of it? And if they're not leading a heavy life, there's no point in injecting that. So either way, kids, you need to keep it lighter. And it
Light. Right.
doesn't mean that they'll have plenty of time to
Hmm.
experience, tragedy, heavy, whatever, setbacks. You don't need to put that in the book. So since you said your book was about divorce, that's
Well, it's I guess not just like explaining what it all is, but just kind of helping them to I guess um express their feelings and to know that it's okay and that that they can um they have an outlet, as far as like being able to talk to somebody. Or so it's kind of, that's what I'm kind of working on. Like you said, I didn't want it to be to where they were like you said, heavy, but I didn't want it to be too much to where it's like they're just focusing on that part. That I
mhm,
want them to focus on them, even though they may be in that situation. It's not, you know it's not how they should. I don't really know. So that's why I'm still working, just trying to, get it to where they can understand what's happening, but also be able to flourish from it or be able to succeed or go forward without it affecting them in a bad way.
okay. Well, this is good.
The more encouraging or motivational. So that's kind of.
Okay. The two things I hear about kids that been in divorce, uh, and my parents never divorced, and my daughter's parents never divorced, and my grandparents never divorced. So I'm from a long line of no divorcing. So, but what I hear from kids, but my husband's kids went through a divorce with he and his first wife, and and we have a great relationship, me and his first wife. I think Rhonda, I think you met her. Did you meet her?
I
You
did.
met
She's
her.
very
She
delightful. Yeah.
she serves holiday. She's at our house for all celebrations, and she's white. So we've never had a problem.
Mhm.
But kids, they still have challenges dealing with it. And
Mhm.
the two things that they seem to talk about are, one, they think they were the cause of the divorce.
Mhm.
Hmm.
That's they think about that. And do their parents still love them? So that's what I hear from kids of, divorce. Those are the two most common
Mhm.
themes I hear from the kids themselves. So that might be something you might want to incorporate in your book.
I've already wrote it. I already got my
Oh,
notes.
written
I'll
it
be
down.
writing notes. I
Give
told
your
you.
book advice.
I love getting gems. I love getting gems. It helps me to be a better author. So I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Okay. Well, we're going to be seeing you at the National Black Book Festival. You'll be there in the children's section. And
Yeah.
so that will be an exciting time. And all of the children's authors who sign up as children's authors automatically are eligible to participate in the children's festival on Saturday. They have to submit an agreement form because there are some other requirements, but it's just a formality, but they have to agree to it. So just making you aware of that. But you're going to get some more information about that
Okay.
anyway in the coming weeks. And so we look forward to seeing you there.
Yes, I'm
And
Yes.
excited.
yeah,
So
congratulations
nice
again
to
on
meet
being
you.
a
Nice
finalist.
meeting you.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. And congratulations going on your new book as well.
Oh, thank you. I'm excited. Each new book is like a new baby. They're all exciting. Every
Yes.
single one. It never gets old. It never gets old. So, anyway, have a great night.
You too, guys. Bye.
Good night.
Okay, bye bye.